Hola and welcome to episode 3 of this Paul Plays in Portugal Football Manager 2018 series. Thank you, or obrigado, for the support on episodes 1 and 2. It's been marvellous as always from you guys. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the feedback, thank you for all the comments. That's been fantastic. In episode 1 I mentioned that I actually started this save file on the beta version of the game before full release. And after I'd uploaded episode 1, Alexandra, the assistant researcher for Football Manager for the Portuguese database, got in touch with me via Twitter to say there was a problem with Shoya Nakajima. Now, quite a few of you in the comments section in episode 1 mentioned the fact that he's been really good in real life and has been tipped to move to Benfica and Porto, in fact. And Alexandra told me that he was seriously underrated. It was complete error that he was underrated on the beta version of the game. And for full release, he was upgraded significantly. So I put a poll on the community section of my channel. If you go to my channel, click on community, you'll see I can post loads of things there, a bit like Twitter, I suppose. And I put a poll on there asking whether I should alter him using the in-game editor. And over 90% of you said yes, I should, because he needs to be to the correct level, needs to be more realistic with his real life stats. And of course I started it on the beta and it was completely wrong. He had a current ability of 98 on the beta when he's meant to have a current ability on the full game of 128, so it was completely wrong. All of the attributes were terrible as well, they were all over the place. It was just a mistake basically that he was completely underrated. So I asked you guys whether I should install the in-game editor. You said yes. I put the in-game editor into the game, I've altered him to be correct, and now I've turned it off, which is why I can't click on it, although it does show that I've used the in-game editor on this save. I just want to be completely transparent with you, that's why I asked your opinion first. You guys, over 90% of you said yes. Obviously there's a few people that think I shouldn't have done this, so I do apologise for that, but I do think this was the correct thing to do. I looked on the pre-game editor to make sure all his attributes are right. So I've changed it to be in line with what he is on the real game now. He's gone from a 2.5-star current ability player with our team to a 4-star current ability player. It just shows how wrong he was. There's certain things that have actually got worse, like finishing, first touch, tackling. There's a few things that have gone down because they're actually rated too highly. But there's a lot of things that were rated completely wrong and have been upgraded. Things like crossing and dribbling in particular have been improved. Lots of mentals have gone up as well. So now he is in line with what he should be like. He can play left wing or attacking midfield. I don't know why all these roles are quite high. I guess it's just by using the in-game editor it's done that. But I'll probably be playing him attacking midfield, to be honest, because if I'm honest, I've not really found a player to play very well there. So we've got an unexpected boost now, thanks to Shoya Nakajima. Lots of you were saying that he should be better, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing him play. I certainly am. Now let's get on with episode 3, but I just wanted to be completely transparent, because I'm sure you guys, hopefully you guys trust me now. There's nothing to gain by using the in-game editor to cheat, but this is all I've done. I've changed him because you guys said I should. So then, how have I been getting on since episode 2? Now it's actually been a week or so since I recorded episode 2, because I recorded that just before Christmas. Now it's the new year, so happy new year still. I said that in episode 1 in preparation, but happy new year properly, because it now is 2018 when I'm recording this. We've got off to a really good start. I now know that Portimonense are really doing quite well in real life. I think they're mid-table in real life and have been a surprise package. And Nakajima, I think someone commented saying he was voted the best player outside of the big 3 Portuguese teams. That's how important he has been to them. So hopefully he can be important to us today. Now, I do have a bit of a sore throat. I've been having violent coughing fits over the last couple of weeks, unfortunately. I'm starting to recover, but I'll obviously edit all of those things out if I do start to cough. But hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm a bit throaty, but you can see we're 7th in the table after 9 games. We actually have our game in hand today, but it is against Porto. It's the big one. We're playing the big boys. Porto, who are unbeaten. They've won 8, drawn 1, which was against Sporting, who we're just below in the table. Strangely enough, Benfica, they're all the way down in 10th. We're 2 points ahead of them with a game in hand. We've done remarkably well. It's not been the most attractive football from us, if I'm honest, but we've got results, and we've only lost 1 game this season, which is pretty crazy, really. In the last episode, we beat Moreirense 2-1. Thanks to a late penalty from Pessoa, our right-back captain, who's been fantastic for us. We then got 3 draws in a row. 1-1 against Estoril, Pessoa scoring another important penalty. 1-1 against Tondela. Posignolo, our centre-back, with the equaliser in this one after they scored in the 70th minute. We then drew, what a draw this is, 0-0 at home against Sporting. What a result. Pessoa in fact missed a penalty. We played really, really well in the first half in particular. We were all over them in the first half. I was really surprised. I have been fiddling with the tactics a little bit, trying to improve it over time, by the way. You can see they completely dominated by the end of the match in terms of shots, but possession-wise we did very well. We created chances. Paulinho played particularly well on the left wing. Pires didn't have a very good game. He's been very hit or miss. Posignolo played brilliantly at the back, but Pessoa missed a 23rd minute penalty that could have got us 3 points against Sporting. That would have been unbelievable if we managed to win that one. And then a really good 3-1 win against Firenze. That might be how it said. 3-1. Marcel, who came into the team at defensive midfield, he asked for first team football. I put him in and he repaid me with a goal in the 12th minute as a result of a corner. Wellington put us 2-0 up. Pires put us 3-0 up. He actually managed to score in this game, which was pretty remarkable. And then they did get a goal back. It was quite equal by the end of the match, but we played really, really well to get that win. And then I put out a second string team in the cup to take on Villademonias. We beat them 2-1. Not the greatest result considering they are a very low team, but I did put out my second string. Goals from Pedro Sá and Stanley got us the win. They did score a late consolation, but it was enough to beat them. So today we're taking on Porto, top of the table, the most famous team. I'm going to piss Benfica fans off by saying that. The equally most famous team in Portugal with Benfica, Sporting probably a close third. In fact, let's say all three teams are equally the most famous, just so you guys don't get annoyed with me. When I think of Portugal, I do think of Porto, Sporting, Benfica, those three teams. That's what everyone thinks of. You might think of Braga as well, and Boa Vista possibly as well. Those are the famous Portuguese teams that you'll all know about. Of course, if you're from Portugal, you'll know all these teams, I'm sure. I hope so anyway. This is the team I am playing. In fact, I'm not. I'm gonna put Nakajima straight in there. We're gonna put him onto the bench for Denner and then move him into the team for Fabricio Messias, who hasn't played particularly well. Question is, what do I play him as? For some reason, it's come out perfect in all these things. There's no way to control that with the in-game editor. But yeah, so we can use him any which way we like, really. But let's just stick him as the advanced playmaker for now. With the usual team, I suppose. Everton still in the middle, hasn't really done much, but he's the cement in the middle of the team. Marcel is playing defensive midfield now for us. After his goal, he's played pretty well. I need to find a better striker. Stanley could be that man. Chuma is unregistered. He's not really good enough. I might give him a go in January once I can register him. And we're having to play Lumor Agbenyenu at left back because Inacio is on loan from Porto, so he can't play. Here we go then. That Porto team is strong, but they're playing a 4-4-2, classic formation. Casillas in goal, of course. They've got Suarez, Abubakar up front, who I used to call Abu Baker. I think it's Abubakar though. Maybe it could be either, I don't know. Brahimi's a cracking player. Two Pereiras in midfield with someone called Herrera as well. Not so clued up on the current Portuguese team. I know Casillas, I know Brahimi, I know Abubakar and Suarez. And I've heard of Pereira, but there's so many players called Pereira, I might be thinking of a different Pereira. Anyway, let's get on with this. It's going to be really tough. We're probably going to get thrashed today. I've won my first 2 games on live comms, which is pretty rare, to be honest, for my series. I'm just going to say that. Give the fans something to cheer about. I'm going to speak to Pires and then say, I want to see a good performance from you tonight. Let's go for that. Okay. I might go defensive. Do I go defensive or do I keep it on standard? Shall we? Let's risk it. We've got nothing to lose in a way. We're expected to get thrashed today. Let's just play what we do. Let's do what we do. We played really well against Sporting in the first half. Okay, we've got a corner here. And Pires, oh, it's just over the bar. Really unlucky. That's a player we want in that position. He's our best finisher. He really has struggled a little bit in the top division. He is 36 years old now, remember. And although he was probably good in getting them promoted last year, he's not quite up to this level. But 25 minutes in, it's still 0-0. We're not the most exciting team in the world. I have heard that in real life, They've been playing some exciting football. Is this going to be the first goal of the game for Porto? This looks very dangerous. It's just wide. We survive. We've actually had 6 shots to their 8, so that's not too bad. We have had less possession. Pessoa's been making mistakes today, apparently. But he has been incredibly important for us. He's missed a penalty, but on the whole, he's scored 2 perfect penalties for me. And then he tried to get another perfect penalty into the top right-hand corner, and he just hit it just wide of the post. And that's why we drew 0-0 against Sporting. So it's a bit unfortunate in that game. Happy with the performance. Keep it up. We're doing well. We're holding our own against Porto. I don't really know how. Once again, I've stumbled across a tactic that seems to work reasonably well. I have fiddled with it a little bit, like I said. This is the current instructions that I am using. The roles, are they slightly different? Don't think so. I think they've stayed the same. Against Sporting, I actually went defensive. I think I went defensive. I've not gone defensive today, and we're doing all right. But let's see how we do in this second half. We're not connecting with too many of our crosses at the moment, apparently. Maybe I need to whip it in. Or hit low crosses in. Let's go for that instead to Pires. Do I make a change? We've got 34 minutes to go. Wellington's not playing particularly well. We haven't seen anything of Nakajima yet. And he's not match sharp because he's not played at all yet so far this season. I'm going to bring Wellington off. We're going to throw on Bruno Tabata, our 20-year-old Brazilian. Going to play him as an inside forward on support, I think. See if that makes a difference. Wellington, on the whole, has probably been our best attacking player, but it's not been his day today. This is a corner to Porto. It's crossed in, and it's 1-0. They do get a goal. It's a great corner routine as well, I must say. We are going to have to go for it a bit now if we want to get out of this. And I'm actually going to throw Stanley on for Pires because he can play as a bit of a target man. We'll put him on attack and change a few other guys to attack. I could play Nakajima as a shadow striker. I'm going to keep it on standard, but we will pump it a bit more. Higher tempo as well. We've done really well so far, let's be honest, to only be losing 1-0. And it's from a corner that they scored. It's a bit unfortunate. Come on, guys, pull off a shot. We've not had any highlights so far. I'm going to encourage them. I think I'm going to have to go attacking if I'm to get anything out of this game. 13 minutes to go. And they're coming forwards again, looking for a second goal to kill this game off. It's crossed in. Abubakar, good catch by Ferreira. Straight into his arms, to be fair. Goalkeeper should be catching that. I'm going to have to go for it in the last few minutes. Now, what do? I'm going to throw on Messias. The Messiah for Everton. And we'll play him as a Mazzala. Let's go for that. Just something a bit different. Attacking, pump ball into box. We've done that. We're going to float the balls into Stanley. Be more expressive. Go route 1. And pray that we can get something from this. Come on, guys. 10 minutes to pull off a miracle against Porto. I don't think it's going to happen. Push forward. Oh, there's a highlight here. It's headed away. Here's Fabrizio Messiah. Can he do something? Marcel, Fabrizio, Bruno Tabata back to our captain Pessoa. Passing around lovely. Here's Marcel. He's found... Oh, this is a chance. A chance for our left back who came in today. Oh, unlucky. And it's another corner which Porto... Good set. Oh, no, it's Pessoa heading it away at the near post. We've got a minute to get a goal. Can we do it? Or are they going to score a second and completely kill us off? They don't deserve a second. They've done nothing in this game, really. They've had one clear-cut chance just like us. 3 half chances. Bit more possession. 40 seconds to go. It's a strange sort of clearance. 30 seconds. Get the ball up the pitch, Ferreira. I can sense a coffin fit coming on. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Although, here we go. No. I shouldn't get my hopes up so easily, really. It's been pretty good to only lose 1-0. I must say, I was expecting a thrashing today. I was expecting the first thrashing of the series. We've done really well to only lose 1-0. But at the end of the day, it's a loss. And it's 0 points. It doesn't really matter how we lose. Although goal difference wise, that could be important come the end of the season. I'm going to say unlucky. I've not been clicking end team talk, and someone said in the comments of episode 1 you're meant to press end team talk to make the team talk come into effect. I'm not so sure. I hope not, because I've not done that yet on FM18. I don't think you have to do that. There's too many buttons on FM18. That's how I conclude today's episode. No, I'm actually going to discuss just a couple more things before the end of today's episode because I haven't shown them yet. Now, first, I've got a list. Got a post-it note. First of all, I want to look at dynamics because we haven't looked at the dynamics. Just show you the dynamics of the team because it's quite important to FM18, I think. This is what the little tree thing is. We've got Pessoa, Fernandes. Who's Fernandes? I think he's our backup centre-back. And Perez. They're the team leaders. We've got a few highly influential players, including Messias, Everton, Ferreira, and Jadson. These are the social groups. So Chuma's just come into the team. That's why he's by himself in the cafeteria at the moment. Secondary group B, and we've got 2 secondary groups, and then the core social group made up of Brazilian players. In fact, that's the core social group. The secondary group, and the 2 secondary groups consist of mainly the Portuguese players. So that's pretty interesting. Generally, the team's pretty happy, as you can see there. In regards to training, this is what I've currently got it on. Team cohesion on low. I usually have it on high in pre-season. But during the season I put it down to low because we don't want too many injuries because we've got, of course, the medical centre to worry about on FM18. And the last thing I want to talk about is scouting. Now, I've actually turned off the Portuguese senior package just to save a bit of money. I'm still scouting Portugal for the youth, but we don't have a huge amount of money and every little bit will help. Now, I might turn that package on come the January transfer window. But for the time being, I have changed that up. Anyway, it's been a great start to the season. We did lose against Porto today. They're still unbeaten, but we're still 7th in the table. There's a few teams that have games in hand. But to have 14 points, 3 wins, 5 draws, 2 defeats this season, plus 2 goal difference after 10 games, we're doing really well. We should survive. We're 7 points above the drop zone at the moment. The next few games, we've got Aves. Rio Aves, is that? I think it is. Or was that someone else? I'm getting mixed up. That's Rio Ave. We've got Aves. We're 3rd, so that's going to be a tough game. We've then got Rio Ave, who's 2nd, and then Boa Vista in the cup. Now, when should I play the next match episode? In fact, I might play through until Benfica. So I'll play those few games. And episode 4, we're going to take on Benfica. That's likely to be another loss, I know. I should play some games as well where I'm likely to win, but I want to show the big boys. So we've shown Porto. Next up is Benfica. Thank you for watching episode 3. Please remember to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. If you're enjoying the series, that'd be much appreciated. Until next time, enjoy FM18. Have a good life. I'll see you very soon.